Good morning. I'm super excited to talk to you guys about my new show, I Love Radio. Today's topic is going to be about speak the truth in love. I really feel like this is the time where people want answers, people need help, people need to make decisions, people need to know the truth. And I believe that the truth is second, opposed to what people believe now, which are lies. If you tell people the truth, you have to face scrutiny, being blackmailed, blackballed, pushed to the side, too extreme, too insensitive, and considered to be judgmental, right? And so to change that, I really want everyone to understand that it's the truth, and the absolute truth is what sets you free. And if you don't have the truth, then you're not free. And so if you're not free and you don't have the truth, then obviously you're bound and you're living and fine with a lie. And so, talking to you today about speaking the truth or speak the truth in love, that is exactly what this is about. In order to live in this life, you have to have the truth, or you'll be blinded by the lies and the deceptions and the tricks that teaches you to do certain things a certain way, to live a certain way, to think a certain way, to act a certain way, to be a certain way. And you don't have any way or direction to go when you're living a lie and when you're living in deception. One thing that we all must make clear of is, first of all, what is the truth? And second of all, where can we find the truth? And third of all, why do we need the truth? And so I want to cover some of those things in the upcoming episodes. So it will be a series, and we will continue to build and grow off of speaking or speak the truth in love. The first one is, what is the truth? Now, you may not understand it, you may not know it, but the truth is the Word of God. This is that simple. You were not born on this earth or placed in this earth based on your genetics, based on your parents, based on your past history, your ancestors. You were not born just by osmosis. You were born out of a word. And if you go into the beginning, and first of all, you have to know that the beginning started with the truth. The beginning started with God. The beginning started with the word, to understand that when the truth is being spoken to you, or someone speaks the truth to you, you can clearly set everything else to the side and only live by what the truth is. And instead of thinking that if I have an opinion, or if that person has an opinion, then they're okay because it's their opinion, or like the new word, the new millennium word for giving a pass for whatever, doing it, whatever, is that's my truth and I'm living in my truth. No, when you understand what the truth is, who the truth is, and where the truth came from, then your truth, or somebody else's truth, or your opinion, or somebody else's opinion is none and void to the only truth, the only way, the only idea, thoughts, perception of being is from the word, which is the absolute truth. And so if you go back to the beginning in Genesis, as I started to say, that it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And all things were made by God, and there were none things that were made by God. There were made that were not made by God. And so if you have the truth, if you have in the beginning the word, that's the truth. That's not a fact. That's not an opinion. That's not an idea. That's not a suggestion. That's not a perception. That is the beginning. That is where it started from. It started from in the beginning. It started from a word. And that word was with God and is God. And if you go further in Genesis and go down, you can start seeing that in the word, he created, he says this in the word, that he created man in his own image and in his own likeness. He created man. And when you know that you were created just like him, and he is in the beginning, and he is the word, then you were created based on the word, which is him, which is from the beginning. And you'll see as we unpack all these different levels of understanding the truth, you'll be able to understand it, that it is the absolute truth and it stands alone and it needs no one else. Like, you can't go back and tell the beginning that you can't start there, you have to start here. And I believe that's where scientists come in at. And they have their play and their stay, and some of the things that they have are accurate. But if you don't start at the beginning, you can't start in the middle and the end, unless you have the end starting from the beginning. Does that make sense? Selah, pause and think about it. I'm just going to take a break here. You guys take a moment and Selah, which is pause and think about it, or in layman's term, let that sink in or marinate on that. All right? I know it's heavy, it's tough, it's real, but you can do this. I guarantee you. You can do this. And when we come back, we'll have more revelations about speak the truth in love.